Yeah.
that if you have your last $1,000, you recommend that people spend it on personal development and some form of a course to increase their knowledge on a given marketable, I would say, thing.
Yeah.
Do you still stand by that? Because the way that
You're already broke.
Yeah, but
You're
you
broke.
could be more broke.
You're broke. You can't get more broke than $1,000.
$999.
No, zero or 1,000, same number. But you're broke already.
Right, but you don't want to have to, you get a pothole, you hit a pothole and you pop a tire. And you don't want to have to put that on a credit card, 33%.
So you hit a pothole. You're telling me fixing your tire is more important than fixing yourself.
I just think
Yeah, here we go again. This is why the internet is such a dangerous place. Before we get into that, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you guys so much. On the road to 1,000. There's so much good stuff on YouTube, and I don't want to be disparaging. I'm on YouTube, obviously, bringing you this content and reacting to it. But one of the things that gets lost, I think, a lot of times is you have a lot of wealthy people having these like $1,000 is not important conversations, which to them, $1,000 is not. They are broke, right? They consider that to be broke. But I think that once you hit a certain level of success, it's hard to identify for some. I won't just say blah, for some to remember those earlier days. And then maybe not. Maybe it's just depending on who's delivering the message. I mean, obviously Grant Cardone is a salesperson, so he's selling. If you got $1,000, you're broke. If you hit a pothole and you got your car, he's telling you to not fix the tire and then to fix or spend $1,000 probably on one of his courses. I don't know. I some of the things Cardone says is like I can get behind and agree with, and other things I'm like, wait, that's a little rough. If you have $1,000 and you hit a pothole, and that car is a thing that's getting you back and forth to work, getting your kids to school, daycare, that $1,000 to fix that tire, which is not going to cost that, right? I've been in this situation before plenty of times where I've went to a mechanic or some no-name tire brand company, and they were able to patch me up and get me right, and for $30. And of course, having $1,000, $30, yeah, it's a good deal. But to say that that's not important, you rather, well, we're going to listen to what else he has to say. But I just, again, let me preface this and say, this is why you should not listen to everyone on the internet. You should fact check and do your own research, including the stuff that I say. I try to come on here and be measured and be balanced as a real person and working a 9 to 5, still in my journey. So I this is off-putting right from the minute, we're only 38 seconds into it, and it's already like red flags everywhere. So anyway, let's get back into it.
What's the best return? You or the tire?
Oof, I mean,
you got to say yourself.
I mean, with the caveat. Hold on a second. With the caveat,
I can Uber for $7. Dude, you're broke already. People need to understand it. This goes back to the argument you and I had earlier, okay?
But an emergency fund is something.
You ain't got an emergency fund, bro. You got $1,000 that's worth about 100. You ain't got an emergency fund. You are broke, okay? So when I did that show, Undercover Billionaire, they gave me $100. I said, I don't need the 100. They're like, oh no, it's good for the show. We're going to count it down. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, it's going to go 100, then it's going to go 82, and then it's going to 76, and then it's going to go 40. It's going to be great TV. I said, no, it's not. I'm going to take it to the bank and drop it off. And I'm going to go to zero day one because that 100 cannot save me. I don't need the 100. I don't need the 1,000. I don't need 10 grand. I would tell you, spend your last 10 grand. You're broke. Make it official. Get a fucking t-shirt. I am broke. And on the back, and I am hustling. And go get your money, man. I stay broke all the time. I never have money. I don't keep money because it's not worth anything. The only thing worth anything to me is me and my hustle.
This is all just, this is show, right? Lights, camera, action. That's all this is. I mean, I get what he's saying to a large degree, that you're always gonna have your hustle. And to say he doesn't keep, yeah, you may not keep anything, you may not own anything, but your LLC that you control, your entities you control, own a lot of things. they are probably cash heavy. Some of those entities, some of those partnerships. So like, you got to look at everything. These guys say a lot without saying anything. You got to know how to read in between the lines. Yeah, he's probably broke. Probably don't own. Probably doesn't. They live off their dividends, cash. This is why you buy assets that kick off cash flow and live off the cash flow. And the asset is usually an LLC or something like that, or some partnership deal. Do you own it? No, technically you don't. The LLC owns it, and you operate the LLC. This is all just smoke and mirrors.
My focus and my go get it. I'm just saying, I convinced you. I sold
No,
it.
you sold, dude. That's funny. That's really funny you say that. Because here's the thing. No, when you're saying that, I'm like, I should just get rid of my house. I should just get rid of my car.
Get rid of it, Jack. Give it to me.
Because
No,
you have more hustle. You got more engine than your car.
Yeah, but it's a building process, right? So I do think to a certain.
How old are you, man?
Jack is the only level-headed one
25,
here.
Bro, you got you will never be 25 again, bro. You got if I was 25 years old today, knowing what I know today, 40 years younger, man. Oh my God. I'd have my eyes on $10 billion.
I don't.
That's so crazy.
Okay, here's the thing.
No,
Obviously,
you should.
You write me a check for $10 billion. I'll be happy to cash it.
You don't
the thing
know
is,
that.
I don't necessarily want to make the sacrifices that. And look, people are going to flame me for this because we have a very hustle culture-y audience.
Yeah. Because you're selfish.
Me?
Yes.
For what?
You're like, I don't need 10 billion. I ain't talking about you. How many people could you help?
With 10 billion?
Yes.
A lot.
How much of the world could you help with
A
10
lot.
billion?
I can help a lot.
You're like, I don't need that. And you guys ought to rag on him right now for being so selfish.
No,
You're like,
here's the
I don't
thing.
need 10 billion. That's
Jack
not-
is built differently. Jack likes to take it easy. I've tried telling
love
Jack, dude, we got to work
playing
12 hours a
ping-pong
day,
and
12 hours a day,
pickleball,
6
playing
days a week.
basketball
I
with
want to
my
be able to text
friends.
Jack at 11 p.m. instant responses. I want that, Jack.
Bro, what
I
about
want that.
1,000 communities could have?
Sorry guys, I know my camera's doing its thing again. But this is ridiculous, to be honest. $10 billion. I mean, yeah, if you have a goal to get that, but what Jack is saying, and I think what most of us can walk away with, don't mess with happy. If happiness is you have 20 grand in the bank, you love your job, you have zero debt, paid off house, that's happy. Paid off cars, kids, college is paid for, all those things. Don't mess with happy. Not everyone, excuse me, not everyone has the ambition and the drive to like go achieve $1 billion. I mean, yes, you can get there, but how much of yourself would you lose on your way there? So I don't know. It's just not for everyone.
Have pickleball. 1,000 community could have their table tennis. Like, you just think about your table tennis rather than other
I
communities.
help other people. I help other
How many-
people.
but you can't help enough people because you're down to your
Right.
last
So
grand.
you're right. And it is in my horizon that I do want to help people, but I don't think that I wouldn't, honestly, maybe I'm too selfish. I don't want to get to 10 billion so I can then just help a bunch of other people. I would love to get to a few million and then help people. But I think that to like spend the time of my 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s to get to 10 billion, to then like I want to still enjoy my life. And sure, maybe I am selfish. Maybe that is the truth.
You know what? This
but I
goes
think
back to the
that's-
happiness
Maybe
thing.
I have some insights.
Like, I
that
think
you will
your
look back
happiness
later
comes from
on
a
and
different-
say, hey,
This would be very interesting. So when Jack and I first started working together, it was 2020. He moved into the guest house and was working all the time. I loved it because I had the same work ethic.
Yeah.
And him and I would like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was amazing. But Jack, I think after a year, and I'm speaking for you here and you could chime in, you said you weren't happy with that.
Correct.
And that you scaled back a lot. You started outsourcing your work. You had a lot more free time. And I was like, no, pedal to the metal. We got to keep going. And it was like, I can't do it. I'm not happy. That's not me.
Yeah.
I think that people just get happiness from different things. And for me, like I had no friends. I had sacrificed my friendships, my relationships. I've sacrificed everything.
Yeah.
And for me, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to go out and like sit in the sun and get some vitamin D, or I wanted to go play pickleball and stuff like that. But when I was working so much, even though I was building my career, and I'm
Very
so
productive,
grateful, so grateful,
Yeah.
because I did work hard and I'm happy I did.
Yeah.
But it was exhausting, and I wouldn't want to do that for the. Sure, maybe that is out of selfishness.
No,
but I do think.
Look, hey, guys, what do I know? You know, I'm just trying to figure out the thing too. I'm just telling you what I would do differently going back and looking at later. Like, dude, I had this time between 25 and 35 that like I made so many mistakes in those years. Okay. All I did was work. That was a mistake. But the real mistake was all I did was work on the wrong shit. I was in the wrong lane, wrong opportunities, around the wrong people. I'd cleaned up my life between 25 and 35 and started putting some money together. And when I did, I got around people that said, you don't need all this, dude. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Or, bigger's not better. And then I stopped. I could have made so many moves back then that would have me in a different position later in my life that you don't know about yet.
You say people should invest in themselves, right? Rather than some form of like an ETF where you have an expected return year over year.
Yeah.
Yet you provide something where people invest for an expected return year over year. Yeah. So how is that any different than an ETF?
I'll tell you how it's different, okay? Number one, the ETF is liquid.
Okay.
And you don't want to be liquid.
Okay.
You want to be illiquid.
Why do you want to be illiquid?
Because you don't want to have an emergency, a pothole or pothead or both for you.
Oh my God.
It goes and gets that money. Okay? It goes and gets that money. You're like, oh my God, I gotta sell my ETF. Dude, money is made over long periods of time.
All right, let me let him make his point.
Okay? I have never wanted to get rich quick, ever, my entire life. I'm like, I don't want to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. So my investment thesis is about how do I get rich for sure? Well, if I'm illiquid, which is what Wall Street offers you. My mama taught me this when I was 18 or 19 years old. If the casino offers you something, do not take it. Wall Street is a casino. Hey, we want you to be liquid, man. You can get your money anytime you want. They're not offering that to you because it's good for you. They're offering it to you because it's good for them.
I think the problem is people sell, is that
Exactly.
people get
But if
emotional,
you were
but assuming you could overcome that emotion and not panic
they
and sell.
can't, bro. They cannot.
So now we're talking about real world, right?
Huh?
So now we're talking about like
So
the
in my fund,
real results of such a thing.
Yeah, in my fund, you are illiquid for 10 years.
But the benefit
You get
of being
5
illiquid
to
is
6% return with rents going up. Every decade since you were born and since I was born, rents have gone up in this country without missing a lick. Every 10 years, rents are going to go up 20 or 30%. Some doubled in many of those decades, okay? While my debt's being paid down, the rents are going up. He knows the real estate game. This mechanism, inflation starts hitting, fiat gets
So you're saying that you're protecting people from themselves,
I am
basically.
100%. And including myself, by the way. I don't want the money. Why? I go to zero and I go hustle money again.
Wouldn't that then go against the idea that they should become a business owner? Because essentially you're protecting them from themselves if you say you should go get a high paying job based off of a marketable skill that you have, because that works if you look at real results, right? Whereas being a business owner, you're placing a lot of faith and trust in people's ability, when your fund is the exact opposite. You're not placing faith and trust in people's ability to make the best financial decision for themselves.
No. My fund, I'm allowing people to invest in assets they could never buy. They can never buy these assets.
What about a REIT?
They cannot buy.
Boy, he's selling hard. He's selling hard. He's in the hot seat, and they're asking good questions. Listen, folks, everything that glitters is not gold. And I think the moral of the story here for me, if you have $1,000 and you hit a pothole, go fix your tire. Go fix your tire. Keep that car running. That car is more valuable to you than anything. It's times like this that I would say you want to lean into the Dave Ramsey. Ooh, excuse me. You want to lean into the Dave Ramsey principles for sure if you're down that bad. So I'm going to get out of here because my allergies is going crazy. But please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.